open. He is going down really quick, and Blitzcrank is chasing him off, gets him with the Sheen proc or the Triforce proc, and now they're going to be able to push this tower as all but 2 players are down for the red team, and both these players have to heal. They will not be able to defend, and it looks like they're going to go for the Baron kill now instead of the other team getting it, instead of pushing towers as well. However, they're not going to... well, Doublelift's going to have to be careful, but with the healer over here, they should be okay. Warwick's going to be able to tank most of the damage from Baron, and they should be able to take him down pretty quick as they do. It looks like we had a Clairvoyance going off, though. They're going to see that there is a Baron going down, and this is trouble for the red team. Arrow going down to the last second, but not going to actually do anything. It's actually what we it's what we call a steal. They tried to steal Baron. Even though one team is engaging, either team can get the kill. Oftentimes, it's done with one of the summoners called Smite, which actually does damage to minions, and it does this pretty significant damage or amount of damage. But a lot of units have ultimates that do more damage than that, so you have to be careful. There's a lot of strategy there, and you got to make sure that if you're going for Baron, that someone who is in range with either Smite or their ultimate is not watching or does not know what the health is of Baron, because they can steal it. It has and continues to happen quite often. Anyway, it looks like Doublelift is back in the bottom lane, farming up. He's got some good items here at this point. He's got Banshee's Veil, and Banshee's Veil, basically what it does is it gives you an opportunity to avoid damage. It looks like a Moo with his Banshee's Veil as well. He's trying to go for Dragon, and Blitzcrank getting caught out in the open. Arrowed as well, but he flashes over the wall. Looks like he might survive to tell the tale, but he is in trouble. Ash is slowing him down with his arrows that are frosty and consequently slow you down. And it looks like Blitzcrank, though, able to get away. He was ghosting and flashing. Ghosting provides a speed boost for 12 to 14 seconds. What is it? 10 seconds. I was way off. And it's actually enough to get him out of there, and he had to unfortunately burn both of his summoners, but it's well worth it to survive to fight another fight. And at this point, I think they're going to push together down the middle and try to end this game, because right now they do have the advantage. They're up 19 to 16. They have a Baron kill. They have a Dragon kill. They have 3 towers, down 2 still, but it doesn't matter. Baron is such a big advantage. The buff does quite a bit. It increases your health, your regeneration, your attack damage, and your ability power. That is across the gamut right there. And by the way, I forgot to finish explaining Banshee's Veil. The next, you can see right here, the next unfriendly ability used on this unit will have no effect. So stuns don't stun you. And that's huge when you get hit by like Ash's Arrow, which not only does a lot of damage, but from max distance can stun you for like 4 seconds, which is an eternity in this game. 4 seconds is forever. You know, you got to be careful. You got to avoid that stuff. And Banshee's Veil can mean the difference between surviving or getting your ass raped. So you want to make sure that you don't lose it to I guess unimportant abilities. So sometimes you don't want to run in there just to pop it, because it takes a little time to regenerate, for lack of a better term. Looks like someone's got Aegis. Tarek's got Aegis over here, a great support item. It gives it's an aura support item that gives you actually armor, magic resist, and I think health or some other stuff. Does it give you health? No, resistance and damage, though. Anyway, looks like they're going to go for another tower. They didn't get the mid tower, but they are going to run around to get this top tower over here. I don't know if they're going to get it in time. Alistar runs in, does manage to pop everybody up and force him back, but he takes quite a bit of damage from a variety of abilities right there, including Ezreal's ultimate. That huge crossbow crescent-looking thing that he shoots is his ultimate ability. And they do half damage on that turret, which is quite a bit, pretty useful. And Blitzcrank, oftentimes you'll see Blitz go for a grabber across right over here, but these higher ELO players that may not work, they're going to know exactly what's going on. So instead, they're going to keep trying to use the Baron buff to their best ability and maybe take out this middle turret over here. But first, they got to clear out the minions to try to get some minion support. Towers prioritize minions over heroes, so oftentimes you will only see people run in with minions. Of course, every once in a while, especially end game, you'll see people run in with nothing, and some heroes can actually take down a turret in full by themselves if they're full HP. End game anyway, with godly items. Warwick at this point, it looks like he's thinking about Sunfire Cape next. He's got a couple of items that will build into that nicely. Of course, it's expensive, so he might not have it yet. Ezreal, he's got Last Whisper, he's got Black Cleaver. These are armor pen items, and they do quite a bit of damage and help you take teams down that have tanky players like this. So this Amumu and this Alistar, they have a lot of armor, and you want to try to penetrate as much of that as possible. Penetrate's a pretty dirty word, right? It's right up there with moist, isn't it? Penetrate. What do you think of when you hear the word penetrate? Anyway, it looks like they're going to try to do some damage on this tower. They are going to just straight up tank it right here and doing some damage with a, oh, look at that, popping the Banshee's Veil of a Mumu. But they're going to have to back off. Looks like Baron buff is worn off. It's not permanent, of course. It only lasts for a little while. Blitzcrank now has a chain vest of his own. Changes it into a Warden's Mail, which provides quite a bit of health regeneration, which is kind of a good item. And as well as that, it has a 20% chance of being hit to slow the attacker's movement and attack speeds, which is very, very useful if you seem to be the person that they keep trying to focus down. Anyway, at this point, we've got Vygar probably with some crazy items. Indeed, he does. He's got Deathfire's Crafts. Great item on a guy like Vygar. He's got Banshee's Veil, Void Staff, which gives you magic penetration. There's that word again, penetrate. Rabadon's Death Cap he had at the beginning. Sorcerer's Shoes that also have penetration. And a needlessly large rod. I love the names that they give some of this stuff. It's actually kind of funny. Some of the they've got some people who like to have some fun with this game who make the game. Things like the Brutalizer. I don't know if anyone's got that weapon right now. I believe it costs 1337 gold. Let's see if I can find it. It's not the item I was looking for. Back. Attack. Attack damage. Brutalizer. 1337. What does that spell? Anyway, it looks like back in the middle we have some pressure going on from the green team, and they're going to put some well, I guess pressure on the other team and make them defend this tower, which means they have to stay grouped up, which means that these side lanes can push up to the towers and start doing more damage. They got another intermediate tower over there, which is going to help their cause for winning the game. And we got a little bit of a slowdown over here, a little bit of a stalemate standoff. And oh, but look at this. Oh, more sushi being burped up. And we've got an engagement here in the middle once again, but it looks like the entire team, the entire green team, oh, they are all together. Blitzcrank was off to the left. But, oh no! They catch a Mumu out in the open and take him down, but Zillion manages to get his ult off just in time. However, Blitzcrank's stun is very quick. The ult goes off on a Mumu, but as soon as he dies, it goes down as well. And now it is 5-on-4, and they've got a little bit of time to try to do what you call poke damage. Poke damage is basically trying to do damage like that right there. So he tossed out some arrows to just generally lower the health of the opposing team. But with heals, it's hard to really have a great effect. Warwick doesn't have poke damage. Players like Vygar does. And oh, Cho'Gath getting caught out in the stun there. This time Blitzcrank running in again, but having to back off. They do get the tower, and now they're into the inner turrets. Not the guarding turrets of the Nexus, but the inner circle turrets, for lack of a better word. I'm sure they're called something. I wonder if they actually say... No, they don't say a name, do they? That'd be cool if they said a name. And now they're going back to Baron. Baron is back. He's on a respawn timer of... What is it, 12 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that? Or 8 minutes? I think Dragon's 8 minutes, and this is 10 or 15. Anyway, he's back up. They're going to get him down. It looks like Ash is probably going to shoot an arrow over here to try to get it again. However, they're all blocking the arrow, so that won't work. And now with Baron buff, they're going to go for a very hard push in all likelihood. They might heal up first, and then from there, they're going to want to try to end this game. And this is a long game. Holy shit, we are 50 minutes into it at this point. Looks like Randuin's Omen is now bought by Blitzcrank, a very good item that has a active ability where you can slow the speed and attack the unit's movement and attack speed by the push of a button, in this case a 1. He's also bought an Elixir. Elixir is a potion that you can use to give you a buff for about 3 minutes, I think. 4 minutes. I was a little off. And you'll see a lot of players, especially late game, as they run out of slots to buy stuff, they'll start picking these up. And that can make or break the team, you know, if every little bit helps. You can see a couple of elixirs over here. Fortitude gives you health and attack power. Brilliance gives you AP and cooldown reduction. And then there is the critical damage one, which might also give you something else. I can't remember. Ezreal might have it on, and then I could tell you. He doesn't. Okay, he is elixirless. He's got one in the inventory, though. He's also going on his next item. He's got a BF stored. Probably going to go for a Bloodthirster at this point. It'd be helpful to have some life steal, and it's a serious buff to the amount of damage output you can do. Looks like they're going to go for the red buff. The red buff is a buff you like to control, but it is already down, so somebody's got it. Probably Ash. It is, in fact, Ash. And once again, they're going to put some pressure on the middle area. And they got to, unfortunately for them, they've got a reverse push going on, so they're not going to be able to rely on pressure from the outlying lanes. However, Blitzcrank is going to go for a grab over here to get someone out of position. He gets a Mumu, one of the tanks. He's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. Ash's arrow goes down, but from close range, it doesn't do nearly the same amount of stun length as you would like to have. And Amumu is going to go down. He does go down, but he has clocks on him. He gets revived. Ash, though, does not now, and he is going to probably get killed. Blitzcrank, missing the clutch grab, which would have done damage as well to kill him. Blitzcrank now in trouble, might die. Mana shield goes off. It looks like Tarek getting a stun off, as well as Vygar doing a lot of damage to Alistar over here. Gonna take out Alistar in all likelihood. Alistar goes down. Gonna see a grab on Cho'Gath. Just out of range. That was very close. And now they're gonna be able to push this tower pretty easily, as it's 5-on-3. And yeah, that tower's going down. And now this inhibitor. Once this inhibitor goes down, they start spawning what are called super minions. And once you get super minions out, you do ridiculous amounts of damage and very hard to stop. Now they're going for the inner turrets. They might actually get one or two, but Cho'Gath going to silence and stun as much as possible. Getting the grab, though, on Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath going to get out of there, though. Reggie 3K, though, the Zillion player, is going to get Warwick killed, and Warwick's going to have to back off. It looks like Satoshi goes down as well. Ezreal not able to get out of there. I don't know why. It looks like they were a little greedy there, but at this point I think they're in a pretty good position, so they could be a little bit greedy to force him back. There's a fine line between smart and greedy, by the way. Anyway, Zillion doesn't have an ultimate at this point, so it looks like Blitzcrank was thinking about him. Grabs a minion by mistake, trying to get someone else. No, the ult is up, and for some reason he puts it on Shao X way early. Kind of odd. And now they need to back up. It is 3-on-2. I don't think they're going to be able to take out Cho'Gath and Ash and Zillion, and Doublelift might get taken down over here. However, he might go for the kill on Cho'Gath. I don't know yet. His ultimate's down for another 13 seconds, so he's going to have to use only regular abilities. He's trying to get out of there. Speed boost is going, but it is not looking good. He is slowed down at this point. His summoners are down, and Cho'Gath might catch him. Arrow just misses him. He's got his Banshee's Veil back up, and he is actually going to get out of there. Just so barely. And Amumu trying to go around the backside, but does not get there in time. Blitzcrank's going to live to see another day as well. Of course, they all do, because they're going to revive at some point. Anyway, Tarek going to clean up the top area. They've got these super mutants out on the field. Super minions, not mutants. I'm thinking of Fallout right there. There's one of the minions. He is. You can see that he's got quite a bit more health. 4,900 versus what's typical of about, let's see. These minions have 885. These minions have 595. So you got melee minions with shields and then casters. But I think casters are typically the ones that end up killing people, because those stupid little orbs they shoot at you will follow you to the end of the earth. And if you're running away, when you attack another player, their minions attack you if you're in their range. And oftentimes, the difference between a good player and a bad player is knowing that damage threshold that you can take from minions, and whether or not you have the minion advantage, because they actually do add quite a bit of DPS, especially earlier in the game. At this point in the game, though, that's pretty inconsequential, and it's rare that that'll make or break you. But it is funny when you see like a caster minion, he shoots a bolt, and you're like 2 HP left, and you're running away, and then it finally catches up with you and you die. Anyway, looks like we got another 5-on-5 over here. Amumu ghosting. No, he wasn't ghosting. I'm sorry. He had speed boost from Zillion. He's got a frozen heart now at this point. That is a huge damage reducing item right there. And it also slows attack speed and whatnot. Hence the name Frozen Heart. What does it do? 20%. Is what it reduces your attack speed by. Vygar going to push the top lane a little bit, try to get a little bit of a creep wave going to put some pressure on this turret over here. Bottom needs to get pushed in at some point, and now it looks like they're just going to try to farm up a little bit, finish quad potting. He did in fact get his Bloodthirster. You can see that it stacks up. At a minimum it does, I believe, 60 damage. Yep, it says it right there. And then every time you kill a minion you get +1 damage to a maximum of 100. Well, 40, and adds up to 100, I should say. They managed to clear out the bottom, so that pressure is released. They released the pressure. This is a dirty game, isn't it? Looks like Blitz is going to go for the red buff. It is up, and he's going to see if he can get there before Ash comes in for it, because you can be sure Ash is keeping an eye on that timer. These spawn timers, basically what you do is you check out your clock. Wow, we're almost an hour in at this point. This is a long commentary, isn't it? You check out the clock time up here, and depending on the unit you kill, if you want this, I think it's an 8-minute timer. Or 5-minute timer, whatever, and you just add that time difference to here, and you go, oh, at 60 minutes and 54 seconds, I'll go back to try to see if I can get the buff again or steal it, and there's a whole lot of strategy that goes into all that, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Oh, we got a big battle coming up right over here. They're all hiding in the bush. Nice little stun going off from Vygar, a little bit of a defensive stun to make sure that Blitzcrank can get out of there, and he does in fact. And, oh no, Nublar gets caught right there. He's got clocks in his ult. That was a little bit of a waste of an ult a little bit early. They're not going to be focusing on the tank. However, Tarek taking way too much damage, but Chow X getting caught. He does not get ulted because they wasted it on Alistar. Poor move by Zillion. And now the ultimate has worn off Alistar from Zillion, so he's going to actually lose that guy as well. Taking out a Mumu. Now it is 4-on-2. 4-on-1, and this could actually be a good game right here, as they have a minion push right into this tower, an inhibitor. They've got super minions over here, which is going to help them push this last tower, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take out this inhibitor to make sure that they continue to make super minions. They eventually respawn, so you got to keep re-killing them over and over. Cho'Gath getting caught out over here. Looks like he might go down. Vygar doing a crap ton of damage to him. Satoshi as well, but Cho'Gath is a beast from the Void, of course, and he's going to get out of there. No, he goes down with a nice stun from Vygar, and it looks like this is it, folks. Once this Nexus goes down, victory will be claimed, and game will be over. GG, and it looks like we might have a double explosion. We do, thanks to the surrender. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit different from what I usually do. Usually do being nothing because I haven't done a commentary in a long time. Leave some comments. See if you're happy I'm back, or if you're not, let me know. Tell me if you hate me. Tell me if you want to set me on fire, something like that. To all of you viewers in Japan, hope everything is okay for you guys. I actually have a friend living in Tokyo, and I was a little bit worried for him, of course, too. So, I hope everything's going okay over there. And same if I happen to have any viewers over in places like Libya with all the political strife going on. Hope you are all winning the good fight and staying safe. Thanks for watching another commentary with me, and hopefully I'll be back with some more in the not too distant future. GG!